subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Hello and welcome to Seniors Today's Health Live session that we do every Saturday. We are delighted to have here with us Dr. Ali Irani. Dr. Irani is a well-known name in medical circles across the country. He is head of department Physiotherapy, Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center at the Nanavati Max Super Specialty Hospital. He has done his B Physio from MS University in Vadodara and has done PhDs in sports medicine and anatomy of body movement and dance from the University of Mumbai. For a host of people, people would know him, remember him for being the physiotherapist for the Indian cricket team from 1987 to 1997. His list of experiences is huge, but let me just put down some of them. Member of Board of Studies of NMIMS University, Academic Council of Rajiv Gandhi, University of Health Sciences in Bangalore, worked as a researcher at Bombay Hospital from 85 to 86, presented papers on knee mobility, backache, hammer tone for frozen soldier, fitness and sports injuries at various national and international conferences, held workshops on innovative physiotherapy and sports medicine at various physiotherapy and medical colleges, delivered lectures for diploma in sports medicine at NIMS Patiala, conducted a workshop for the Iranian Physiotherapy Association a few times, presented papers at various international and national physiotherapy and sports medicine conferences, trained state and national level athletes to improve their performance, held rural physiotherapy camps, delivered camps for various colleges, set up physiotherapy and rehab centers at Bhuj in Gujarat for earthquake victims, examined and lecturer for Masters of Fine Arts of Dance in Bombay University, faculty for PG students at various universities, PhD guide, lecturer on disaster management and principal postgraduate Institute of Physiotherapy. He has been much awarded. I'm not going to go to that list, but it's a delight to have you here with us, Dr. Ali Irani. How are you?
Fine. Good evening. Good evening to all the participants and listeners.
Dr.
Sorry
Irani,
if my network, I hope my network is clear and I'm audible to all of you all.
Yes, Dr. Irani, you are absolutely audible. And, to a host of us who have been through, and I'm sure various seniors who are gathered here, you were a household name thanks to your association with the Indian cricket team from the in the 80s and the 90s, and the time when Sunil Gavaskar and the likes were really hot property, and they were of course in a period when they needed perhaps a physiotherapist and a sports medicine specialist. And just before this session started, Dr. Irani and I were speaking, and he mentioned as to how when he started there were just 7 physiotherapy institutes in the country, and now there are over 250 of them. So is it a what does it really mean? The fact that physiotherapy has grown so much, does it really mean that there is people have realized the need for physiotherapy, or is it just that the number of people who require it has increased? What does it mean?
I have a feeling that because there was no exposure, these 7 colleges, most of them were like one in Mumbai, KM Hospital, one in Nagpur Government Medical College, one in Delhi, IPH, one in Chennai, one in Vellore, one in Calcutta, and one in Baroda. And usually that time physiotherapy was just a diploma course, and I went to Baroda MS University because there was the only college having a degree course. So there was an entrance exam, and then we used to have interview by Dr. Merchant, who used to pick up whether somebody can really do. So they wanted physically good person to present physiotherapy. No doubt I was playing football, hockey, volleyball for my school and colleges. Then I was an athlete for Mumbai Suburban. So maybe I qualified for Baroda, and as soon as I finished it, I remember I joined Bombay Hospital with Dr. Rambai Patel, doing a lot of research work. And Hanuman Singh used to be our chairman of selection that time for Indian cricket team. So He was coming for his shoulder and knee. So when he saw me, so many sportsmen around me, from Mumbai Athletic Association coming to me in the morning, footballers coming, hockey players coming. So just looked at me and I was treating him also. He says, I think so you are in a wrong place. You are required by Indian team with so many injuries. And we had just come out of 1983, winning the 83, then 84, going to in Australia. So, with the injuries that were niggling that time, so he felt high time that the team requires a physiotherapist. No doubt, I was the first physiotherapist for Indian cricket team or any sports team in that matter in India. Sports in matter, I had seen teams earlier having masseurs with them, but never a physiotherapist. The idea was, the first impression is the last impression. So if I wouldn't have done well with the cricket team, the physiotherapy would have been died long back. So, but what we proved to them, what difference it made to every player, made me go along. And I'm still the longest. Nobody has served Indian cricket team for 10 years. I have seen people just coming and going away within a year, 1.5 year maximum. They have stayed it 2 years, and there's a change. So maybe it took time for many to become physiotherapists to that level. And I think so in 97 also, the time was that my hospital was fed up. He said, either you're going to be there or with us. Because they were losing patients, me not being there. Almost 9 months, 10 months a year, we were touring around. Whether I was playing in Mumbai, suppose, but I was not allowed to be at home. I had to be with the team at the hotels. So maybe I thought, for longer time, it's going to be the hospital that will help me. So came back to Nanavati Hospital. So 87 to 97, lovely journey, enjoyed, toured all over the world. Took three World Cups, I was with the team. So
I must tell you, I must tell people over here that, so I was just, when I was noting down Dr. Irani's number just now, I saw that I have another number of his, and he was, in the time when I was with a publication in Mumbai in the 90s, he was a go-to person for anything concerning injuries, anything concerning, and especially because at that period there were a lot of people who were facing injuries, especially sports persons, and in the Indian men's cricket team, which everybody worshipped. So it has been a delight, and I was, when the folks at Nanavati, Max told me that, would you like to have Dr. Irani? I said, of course. And that was my first thing to him. And, it's a delight to have you here with us. Dr. Irani, as you know that this is Seniors Today, and we have at the Health Live sessions we've been doing for the last 2 years. And for Seniors Today, it was born out of the entire lockdown where senior citizens required advice from top professionals. We started off with Mumbai, but now we've looked at other cities as well. Doctors from across the thing, and who were advising our readers about this. As you can see, we have around we've had over 300 registrations for this, and there are 60 people who have gathered here, 62. And apart from that, people are watching us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, etc. All are live, and the edited extracts of this are carried on our site, so they can see it. We have a qualified doctor who writes the takeaways from here, and so all of this will be read by the right people. And we have, as you can see, so many senior citizens over here. So over to you, doctor, for basically the idea was to look at a session where we could talk about easing pains with physiotherapy. And it's such a great thing that you also have got the team back at Nanavati, who's going to be showing some exercises, etc. For the benefits. Over to you for speaking a little bit about it, and then we'll have questions from the audience after that, if any. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I think so. You have. I just 18th of July. I turned 64, so I'm gradually going into being called a senior citizen. But I want everybody to know the new age of who is old. I strongly believe that science will increase the longevity of a human being. So many of us will cross 100. So to touch 100 or make a century, it's going to be a cakewalk just because of the science. And I will definitely tell that some people are old at the age of 18 because they can't do certain activities what a 90 years old can do. And some are young at 90 also. So keeping that in mind, please remember that science will increase your longevity, one. And two, one can be old even at the age of 18, and one can be young even at the age of 90. So what are the things that we go to? What does the World Health Organization say? So I was looking at WHO, which is our body over the world. They have found that, instead of calling a person a senior citizen, they want to say that once you are 65 plus, you should be called new old. And 75 to 85 should be called an old person. And 85 and above should be called old. So no more after 60, you should be called old. So it's going to be after 85. So just because science has increased the longevity of a person. And WHO has also said 65 should be called young. No more it can be called old. Because for most of us, the social life remains the same. We can still drive, we can go for parties, we do whatever other people are doing. Now, what are the changes? My today's topic is to tell us what all could happen to us once we have crossed 60 or 65, whatever we call it. Our muscle mass reduces. No doubt, if there are, suppose you are diabetic or you have some other complication, it may be faster. But in a normal, a person, healthy person also, the muscle mass reduces, the vital capacity. God has made our lungs to take up to 4.5 liters of air. When you take in air and when you bring it out, our vital, both the lungs can carry up to 4.5 liters of air. So as we age, that reduces. And for the information that we are, Nanavati Max saw more than 3,500 COVID patients in the last 2 years. So we were doing a survey about the vital capacity, and we can say all of them had vital capacity of below 2 liters, most of them below 1.5 liters. And this is a place where I want to bring cautious to all of people listening to me. Vital capacity is going to play a very, very important role because I want you all to know why we breathe. We breathe only, this air that we are seeing has only 20%, 20.78% of oxygen. We breathe the oxygen to go, it's at 20% oxygen to go in our lungs, hit the impure blood that has come to the base of the lungs. That blood becomes pure, goes to the heart, and heart pumps it all over the body again. So, and there is no replacement. You cannot, instead of having oxygen through air, say, I will drink so and so oxy-rich water, or I may take some tablet, I will take injection, I'll take capsule. There are certain diet that will increase my oxygen. No. Oxygen can only come to the body through breathing. So please breathe. And the simplest way I can advise you all is blowing a shank. We all must be having shank as a paperweight. We have always used shank as a paperweight. If you go to Kanyakumari, they give you a shank, your name written on it, or you want to gift it to somebody, so you write a name or something. So I have seen shanks being used as paperweight. But shanks have to be started using in the morning. If you can blow and the noise can come, and that's going to increase your vital capacity. Then there are a lot of functional changes. You say you cannot. I'm sure my staff would be showing you all the exercises which are must. You should be able to get up from your chair without pushing the chair. So I want you all to just take your hand forward and get up from the chair. That is going to increase the strength of your quadriceps. Our quadriceps are the main muscle, which is a thigh muscle, which helps you in standing, from standing to sitting, from sitting to standing, and from walking or doing other activities where you have to balance yourself. It is the quadriceps that comes into action, and we have seen that goes weaker. So we have to keep the strength. Definitely other exercises will be shown how to strengthen that. One of the best tests is to whether you can get up from the chair without pushing the chair. I very firmly believe that a physician adds years to the life. The science will increase your life. But it's going to be the physiotherapy that will add life to your years. The quality. We want our parents to live 120 years. But what about the quality? They should be able to wear their own clothes. They should be able to go to the bathroom. They should be able to take their own bath. Activities of daily living, wearing their own clothes, going to the bathroom, picking up a cup of coffee and drinking. They should be able to do that. And this is where we come into the picture, and physiotherapists are in prevention. So my first thing would be where we have seen most of the fractures happening to elderly people is in the bathroom. So please keep a skid-free, non-slippery mat. So either those who are listening or those who want to do it for their parents, very important. Then any side grip that could be there to help them. A plastic stool where they can sit and take a shower, not necessarily they should stand because they have a balance problem also. So what we look at when we evaluate a 65 plus or a 60 plus person, we see the range of motion. Do they have all the range, the elbow range, shoulder range, the knee range, hip range, ankle range? Do they have that? Whether they have the right muscle strength. What about the posture? What about the vital capacity? What about the flexibility? So we want to come into the picture to make you live healthy for till you turn 120 with the age that is usually everybody is looking for. Balance is very important. I said if you could put a mat free in your bathroom, it's going to be very beneficial because most of the fractures of the fall, because after we apply soap or shampoo, it becomes slippery. The floor becomes slippery and that's how we slip. Very important for me, the lungs. So I'm going to talk about it again and again. The vital capacity has to increase. And please, if why Indians' vital capacity is, most of us are below 2 liters, I blame the government because till today there is no tax on breathing. The day government says you're breathing in Mumbai or you're breathing in India, you'll have to pay 1,000 rupees per month. Then we'll start breathing. We'll start taking deep breaths. Said paisa vasool karenge, right? For me, very important activities of daily living are person, whether they go 100, 120, they should be able to do the activities of daily living, wearing their clothes, picking up tea, coffee, going to the bathroom. Now, when you're doing all these exercises, one, we should understand we are strengthening the muscle, what is required, right? Then it helps us with motivation. I do prefer a group. There should be very soon geriatric clubs will come, where people go to a gym, not to build bodies, that body masses, but they are meeting each other at that age. Most of us get up very early in the morning. So these gyms could be from 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. People will meet each other. So they start thinking, if he can do, why I cannot do? If she can do, why I cannot do? And that is one, what we call it, group therapy. So there are a lot of social interaction in the group therapy and mood enhancement. Somebody, more at that age, they pass comments and all of them laugh. Then we have seen in Bombay, Juhu Beach, we have the laughter clubs. People sit and say something so that they start laughing. Walking is very important. Minimum thing that we can do is walking. But if the societies and places have swimming, I always prefer swimming than walking. Why? Because in walking, only your quadricep muscle, your lower extremity works. But in swimming, even your upper extremity works and there is a rotation in your spine. So it's a better exercise. Like half an hour swimming is equal to 1 hour of walking. And all your muscles are... so I strongly believe these are all the things that we should keep our engine tuned. That is our movements. Then there are a lot of, games especially. So we don't want 65 plus to go out and play a football match or cricket, but there are so many other activities which we do it on a patient. We just keep a bucket and ask them to throw the ball in the bucket, a tennis ball in the bucket. Then there are nets available like basketball. You can put the bigger ball in the basket. And these are the exercises for coordination. It helps in coordination. So I'm sure Nishi, our staff from the other side, would be showing us most of these exercises. And believe me, if you all Google out, we have Namalmal, a lady, she's 98 and she's still doing yoga, what youngsters cannot do. So, that nothing is impossible. Our gyms for 65 plus should be open gym, walking on the beach, walking in your own colony. Then sports, I prefer again swimming as more, but to keep the social atmosphere, even if you say we are going to play carom board, why not? So you talk to each other, you say, I would prefer a lighter game like badminton than going for tennis. So there are a lot of exercises which can be done by elderly people in groups. Coming to this, one of the exercise which I want, because as we have aged, our thoracic curvature has moved forward. We are more into flexion position. So I'm sure Nishi will be showing us again that exercise, which is a must. I have been doing it for the last more than 20 years. That takes care of the alignment of the spine and takes care of the neck pain and the back pain. So I will be coming back to you all again for taking all your questions. So before that, we'll ask Dr. Nishi Kapadia to show us some exercises. Sorry, I'm not in Mumbai. From outside Mumbai, I'm talking to you all on Zoom, but the exercise will come from Nanavati Max Physiotherapy Department. Nishi, are you there? Can you join us?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Oh, first of all, thank you so much, Mr. Maheshwari and even Ali sir, for giving me the opportunity. And I think English would be a good language to go for
Yes,
it, right?
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So let me introduce myself once again. It's Dr. Nishi Kapadia, and I have been working in Nanavati Max Super Specialty Hospital in the physiotherapy department. Okay, so these are going to be very basic and everyday exercises, just a few of them. This is first time that we all are meeting, so I'm just going to give you a little zest of what all we are going to give it to you guys. And these are exercises that are going to work with your generalized fitness, your everyday life ka well-being, and also it will help you to be forever young, that we all want to be, right? Okay, fine. So as you must have seen, we say question answer mein for our respected early, so we have questions for the lower back pain and all those things. So we're going to start with the most aching thing, which is the lower back pain. Okay. So for the lower back pain, the first exercise that I'm going to show you is called prone. It's in a prone extension with the help of some of the bolster or any other pillow which is available with you. Now, basically, this exercise is to unwind your spine, as all the day we are in some or other sort of flex position, right? So we need to ideally give some time of extension of our spine. So this exercise is very easy. Actually, it's a leisure activity, I would say. So for that, you will need good bed, some not so hard, not so soft, a medium thickness ka bed will be fine. Along with that, we take a pillow जिसका height should be vertically more. Okay, so if you have some pillow like that, like a bolster, you can keep it vertical. Okay, now what do? It's very simple. We keep a pillow like this and we have to sleep on this pillow. Make sure that the pillow goes here onto your upper chest, nearer to your chin. Okay, so what do? Is we just have to simply lie down like this. Okay, is it visible?
It is.
Okay, so we just have to lie down, keeping our elbows here, and you will see a C curving into this portion of my spine. It is simple extension position on the bolster. Now, by the time you're in this position, you can read your newspaper, read your books, you can chat on your mobile phone, you can watch your Netflix series, and what else can you do? You can go for your meetings. You can have a sip of coffee with that. And the main and major important part of this is you have to maintain that position for 30 minutes in the morning and same in the evening. Okay. It was very simple, very easy, and very helpful exercise. Now I'm going to go with the second exercise, which we are going to do in the sitting. Okay. Okay. So first, one of the most common problem was for the back pain. Now the second most common problem is usually of this neck pain. So even all the time, because of our grateful phones and grateful Netflix that we watch for hours and hours, most of us do have complaint of the neck pain. So again, it's a very simple exercise that we are going to teach you. So for that, for the home exercise, what you need to do is you just need to take a towel. Okay, any towel, any dupatta, anything will do. Okay, that is not a compulsion. What you have to do is you just wrap it around your neck and let your hands hang on the sides, and you hold it from both the sides. Okay, so something like this. Okay, is it visible?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. So it is now very simple that by the time we have holded this napkin, towel, whatever you have, what you have to do is you have to simply take your head, this portion of your head, which is going to be visible because of the towel. You just simply take your head straight back like this, something like this, which is going to give you a nice double chin. So this is called chin tucks. So it gives you an appearance of a nice double chin, and we hold this for 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we slowly release it back to normal. Okay, I'm going to show it once again. If the viewers want to join me for this, it's very easy. It's very simple. You all can join. You just have to take one towel, put it around your neck, and just simply take it back like this, straight back. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. A nice double chin, and now back to normal. So we repeat this for 10 times, again, twice a day. And this is going to make sure that your upper spine and lower spine, both are good to go. Okay. Very good. So I'm going to show you one more exercise. So even in the aging, not just our spine, not our lower limbs, but our hands, especially our fingers, our hand muscles, they also get fatigued very easily. So a very simple, very basic exercise that we can do is called as paper crumbling. So you don't have to do nothing. You just have to sit here, okay? Something like this. You need to have a paper, even a newspaper will do. And it is as simple as just crumbling the paper up with both of your hands. You make sure to use both of your hands. You can do something like this. Pass it on to one and the other hand. Try to crumble it into a small bundi ka laddu size, okay? Something like this, okay? Is it visible, everyone? I hope it is.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay, very good. And then what you can do is you can keep on pressing it to make it the smallest of the size possible. And now this doesn't end here, okay? You have to open it up completely. So now what I'll do is, as you can see, I'm going to open it up completely. Something like this, okay? And then repeat, simple, again, using both the hands, trying to crumble my paper, trying to make it more and more smaller, like this, okay? And again, simple, we open this. So this is a very good exercise for all the intrinsic muscles, thenar muscles, all those hand muscles, even wrist muscles, flexors, extensors, all of those. Okay. Hope this was helpful. Now we are going to go to the next exercise. Oh. So for this exercise, you are not going to need anything special, but just a ball. So as we were on the hand exercise portion, this is one more hand exercise, which is more of like a upper limb ka stretch. This is helpful not just in the wrist or fingers conditions. This is helpful for our elbow, for our shoulder, for our scapular muscles, for our chest muscles, all of those, okay? So what you have to do is, first you have to make a 5 in your hand, something like this, okay? Simple. Now, I'm just going to put my hand onto the wall. Now just show it to the wall, please. Thank you. Something like that, okay? So now we put our hand on the wall, something like this, and we give a nice stretch over all these muscles, all the flexor muscles. Now we rotate this into 90 degrees, all the 4 directions to make it a complete circle. So we start off at the 0 degrees. This goes to 90 degrees. This goes to 180 degrees. And this one completes a circle at 360. Again, it's very simple. You just stand right next to the wall. Okay. Your shoulder, your entire arm should be outstretched. Maybe you can stand like this also. It is fine. Okay. And it just goes like 1. And just give it a nice stretch. Again, 2 at the 90 degrees. Rotate it. Again, 3. And a last one, 4. Okay. I hope that was easy for you. And these are something that you can even do abhi ke abhi, just with me, okay? Now this one is little tricky. So as we get older, not just the muscular problems, I mean, not just the arthritic problems that we all commonly hear of, there are also problem of cognitive problems, proprioception problems. There are other neurological functions also that our body carries. So this is something which is going to be helpful to you guys for your proprioception and also in all of the other neural issues also. And this is going to help you for the balance too. So we just have a Swiss ball of a medium size. Even you can try with a smaller size ball also. That is fine. And now this is going to be little sporty. It's going to make you go out of your bed and do something very energetic. Okay. So what you have to do is you just stand again, something in front of the wall, the way I am. I hope that is visible to everyone. And you just have to throw the ball and catch the ball that comes back to you. This is called as ball and ball exercise. So I'm just going to show you how do I do that. So we try to sit with try to stand with a good base of support. Okay. So we don't lose our balance or anything. And we're just simply gonna throw this ball and catch. Something like this. This was a fast one. Again. Two. You just keep on repeating 10 times. Okay. You can even increase the distance or maybe increase the height that you throw on. Okay. One more time I'm going to show you. Something like that. One more time. Something like that. Okay. So as I just told you in the introductory section, that this is just a zest of all the exercises that we are going to show you today. So now I would like Alisa to continue with the further session because we are seeing question and answer section is popping up with the fresh questions. So what do you, sir?
Thank you, Nishi. Just be around. If there is any specific question for a specific exercise, you could show them. So the first one, what Nishi was showing, I call it the alignment of the spine. If you can do it 30 minutes in the morning, evening or night, so twice a day, that aligns your spine. It works for the neck and it works for the low back. So most of the back problem, neck problem goes away with this. The second one with the towel was strengthening the paraspinal muscle. Again, that is very good. The chin tuck is very good for the neck. And I could say more than 80% of Mumbaiites, we have not done this survey outside Mumbai. Both the time the study was done and more than 80% of the people had neck pain. How to find out when you take your neck forward, there is no pain. But when you take it backward, when you chin tuck and push it back, there is painful. That pain has not to be there. That means you have to do that neck exercises so that pain goes away. Then whatever she was showing the crumbling of newspaper is for the hand muscles. Very important. Even after you have read the paper or the next day, take old papers, keep crumbling. Why we have kept a newspaper? There are smiley balls earlier we were pushing, but you'll never come to know how much better you are. So a quarter page, you can do it. It should hide in your fist. Then you get converted into half a page and then 3/4 of the page and the full Times of India page or midday page, whichever newspaper comes home, or Gujarat Samachar. So crumble it. It should be hidden in your fist. That means your muscle strength of your hand is full. So again, pushing the hand towards the wall was earlier in our Indian culture under the name of Surya Namaskar. But just because we are on the topic, we are not. Because please understand our elbow. When we sleep, our elbows are bent. We walk, it is semi-bent, at least 5 degrees, 3 degrees, it's bent. Any activities you do at home, you are driving, you are eating, you are typing, whatever you are doing, remember your elbow is bent. Your elbow never gets an opportunity to straighten up, straight lock. Locking your elbow will only come with these exercises. Earlier, it was through Surya Namaskar. We are on the topic of Surya Namaskar. I want to know why we should get up early in the morning. Surya Namaskar was done. We have to get up very early morning before sunrise and take a bath, go out, face the east till the first ray of sun falls off you. Most of the people do their mantras during that time. When you go back, there was more than 7,000 years back. Going back to 3,000 years back, Moses said, if you go early morning to the Wailing Wall, the Jews go to the Wailing Wall early morning. So it was said, Moses said, if you go to the Wailing Wall early morning, your health and wealth shall be protected. That's why I still feel Jews are the richest person in the world. And then after that came Jesus, almost 2,000 years back. He said the first mass is better than the rest of the day. So going to church was early morning, not any time of the day. And then 1,400 years back, Prophet Muhammad came. He kept that morning azan for the morning early prayers. So all the religions were talking about two things, which was early morning and going outside the house. Surya Namaskar is not from your house, outside the house. Then Wailing Wall is outside the house. Church is outside the house. Mosque is outside the house. So science went after it. And more than 20 years back, science proved it. Okay, 1 hour, 20 minutes before sunrise, the universe releases an ozone, which is very, very good for your health. Studies went further and they found out that there is no animal or bird that doesn't get up 1.5 hours before sunrise. So if you have a pet at home, cat or a dog, and if your door is open, they go out, you will find that. So they know, animals today know ozone better than human beings. And if a bird and the window is open, they could smell that ozone from outside. You will find this bird chirping. So they call it, they know the ozone. But we have forgotten, we get up whatever time we want, 10, 11, depend on that. So we have forgotten what is ozone. So getting up early morning, my students have done a study on morning walkers and evening walkers. And we found out that all the morning walkers were healthier than the evening walkers. Coming next, this year, my students again are doing a study on morning when. So I'm put them two categories, morning 1.5 hours before sunrise to sunrise walkers, and those who start walking after sunrise. So when we are going to, hopefully next 6 months, we'll get some result, but I'm very sure the early morning walkers, before sunrise walkers are going to be healthier. So please put that into your mind. Science has proved the universe releases an ozone, which is very, very good for your health. So to get up early morning and going for a walk or being outside or doing Surya Namaskar, there is two things. So you would be doing pranayam also early morning, which will help. So these are the things, but this topic is too big. So hopefully again, when we come, we could show you all much more exercises. We are planning 2 years back, we had kept a workshop in our hospital auditorium for all the people who were 60 plus. And we showed them what games they can play, whether it's in the society or colony. So over to you all. I'm ready for all the questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Irani and Dr. Kapadia, for a wonderful thing. I know there's nothing better than showing the exercises and that. But Doctor, we have got a few questions here. But my first question is that you spoke about going out, pre-sunrise. What does one do in the monsoons? What does one do in the rainy season in cities like Mumbai and in the rest of the country where it does rain?
I'll say open your window, take that fresh air. AC only gives 85% recycled air, 15% fresh air. That's how big corporates, when one has got cold, rest will automatically get. Survival of the fittest. It keeps moving. The virus keeps moving in the AC system.
Right. Doctor, there are two questions that have come, and Dr. Nishi, this is perhaps, you could help with this. One is from Sharda Ji. She asks, can you please show us some exercises for heel pain? And there's one question from Sitaram Shetty, who's, he's not exactly a senior citizen, but he is a male suffering from knee pain while walking. Can you suggest some exercises? There's a probably Mr. Karmarkar who's 66. His question again is for knee pain relief exercises and prevention exercises. So if there's something that you could show now, or we could do it later.
Yeah, right away. Nishi, show static quadricep and SLR.
Sure, sir. I'll just do. Just give me a minute.
You were an amazing team back at Nanavati, Max, Doctor.
We have more than 130 physiotherapists. We are
Wow.
24/7.
130 physiotherapists and
Nanavati Max.
wow. And is this, I'm pardon my ignorance, but is this the number of physiotherapists in other hospitals as well?
Now, we have gradually increased our patients. We also do home care. We send physio at home. You don't have to walk to us. We walk to you.
Wow.
Okay. So can I start? Can I show?
Yes.
Yeah, your camera is one. Yeah, this is good. This is great. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, fine, no problem. So for the knee pains, the majority of reason for the knee pain is weak quadriceps muscles. So just for the introduction, what are the quadriceps muscles? So just right above your knee, there is this group of muscles in the front of your thighs, which are mainly responsible for this weakness and the pain and the disability that one feels on the everyday life. So this is a very basic, simple exercise that we show. Okay, so what you can do is you can take a very medium thickness pillow, or maybe even without pillow, that is fine. That's not an issue, but this gives a better feedback to the patients. So what do? Is we just put our affected knee onto the pillow. I hope that is visible to you. Thoda,
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Fine, perfect. So what do? Is we just have to simply press our knee down like this. We hold this for 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we simply slowly let it go. Okay, so this is called as something static quadriceps exercise. Again, I'm just going to give you a brief. We put a medium thickness pillow. We put our knee on that. And we simply press it down, something like this. And we hold this for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we simply let it go, something like this. Again, there is another alternative and addition to this is that we have to take a little thicker pillow, maybe even a bolster would do. So what do? Is we put a bolster, then again we put an affected knee onto the bolster, something like this. I hope that is visible. Now I'm going to press my knee and slowly lift the leg into the air to make one straight line. I pull my feet towards myself and I hold this for 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I simply lower it down. Okay, one more time. We take a little higher pillow. We put our affected knee onto that. We press our knee down. We pull our leg up, pull it towards us. We assume this position for 5 seconds. 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to release my leg down and release the contraction that I did here. These are 2 very, very helpful exercises for our viewers. Also, there is one more thing. That is called as straight leg exercise. Okay, I'm going to show you that also. Again, this is for the same concern. So, first of all, we lie down straight. Okay, something like this. Now, whichever leg that we are working on, the other knee will be bent, and the affected one, we will, sorry, just a second. Yeah. We will straighten that knee. Okay. Now, what do? Is we tighten our knee and we lift our leg up to the level of the other bent knee. So I think that you can see this both are in the same level. And I slowly lower it down. Again, if you're comfortable, if the pain permits, what you can do is you can lift the leg in the air, hold it for 2, 3 or 5 seconds, and then slowly lower it down. Again, we make sure to tighten our quadriceps muscle before we lift our leg up. So again, lifting the leg up to the next bent knees level, holding it, and then slowly we lower it down. Something like this. Now, one addition that I wanted to tell our viewers is that in old age, the pain gets little irritating and sometimes more over disabling side. So what we can do is, the first exercise that I showed all of you is the first that we contract our quadriceps muscle is, we can put a ice pack under and above. So what it does is, it is gonna soothe your pain out, and along with the ice pack put above and below the painful knee, you can do the same knee contractions. So again, with the ice packs, we hold our knee down for 5 seconds, we assume this position, and then we let it go. So we repeat all of this for at least 10 repetitions. And you can again do it in the morning and in the evening twice.
Right.
Okay, so over to you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Doctor, we have a few questions that have come in.
Yeah.
One is, this is from Bharat Mehta, who's 65. He says, pain in the knee has started. What treatment is preferable? Physiotherapy or acupressure?
See, no, I want to say about knee. People should understand 90% of the body weight comes on the knee joint. And what should be your weight? Height in centimeters minus 100. So suppose your height is 175 centimeter and you are 90 kgs. So I want to say you are 15 kgs more. So that load comes on the knee. 90% of your body will come on your knee joint. So some people, most of my patients, I tell them to reduce at least 5 kgs. So just reducing 5 kg may make you 50% better. Second, whatever Nishi was showing, the exercise is strengthening the quadricep, because quadricep is the only muscle taking care of the knee joint. Otherwise, directly knee doesn't have any muscle. There are ligaments attached to it. But it's a quadricep muscle that takes care of the knee joint. So only doing this, but there are injuries. There is a meniscus injury. There could be an ACL injury. There could be a PCL injury. There could be a collateral injury. These are all the injuries of the ligament. But like a hair grays, there is something that happens to the knee degeneration. We call it osteoarthritis. And there is a space. Knee should have this much of space. When the space reduces, the two bones rub against each other. The femur and the tibia, they rub. So if that pain is because of rubbing, we don't know. So I would prefer to see an X-ray in standing position. Then I doubt there's a meniscus tear, but any meniscus tear or collateral tear, if it is a person more than 50 plus, they are not going to run and catch a bus. So I would ask them to wait and only strengthen the muscle. But if it's a youngster, anywhere between below 45, I would ask them to go for an arthroscopy. And if there is any meniscus injury, to take care of that, or ACL injury should be reconstructed. So we really don't know. When we talk about knee, I'm in general talking about this exercise are going to help if you strengthen the quadricep. But we also need to find out the cause of that pain. So reducing weight will be number one.
Great. Thank you. And of course, the question was whether it should be physiotherapy or acupressure. Obviously, I think,
I'm not against any science. Anything helps. You tell me homeopathy, I'll say do acupressure, do dry needling, do it, anything that is going to finally help a human being, why not?
Right. Doctor, there's a question. There's one of our regular readers, Marjorie Fernandez, who's asked, I have been having sessions with the physiotherapist for the last 6 months after my accident, which resulted in difficulty in walking properly. I've had some improvement in being able to walk without a stick at home. My walk is not yet normal. Should I discontinue with the physiotherapist for some time?
Yeah, limp is, but why not at home? Other than physiotherapists can teach you the exercise, but you should be regularly doing it at least twice a day. And the best way is you do a girth measurement. Take a tape and see your normal knee and the other knee. If it is weaker, it should be weaker by, the girth measurement will be less by 1 inch. So that has to come back. So always test both the knee. The normal knee, put a tape above the knee and check the girth measurement, what it is. The next one also should be same, because any knee injury, the quadricep muscle starts going weaker. This is one of the signs we come to know that there is some injury inside the knee. The quadricep goes weak.
There are 2-3 more things which are there, which is, perhaps we'll need some help from Dr. Nishi. Is somebody had asked for heel pain and what they can do. And there's somebody who's
we call it plantar fasciitis. We call it plantar fasciitis, the heel pain. It bursts when you get up in the morning. You can't put your foot down. Very painful.
Right.
Two reasons could be because of high uric acid, and I tell my patient to use magnesium, Epsom salt. Put 1 cup of Epsom salt in half a bucket of hot water, dip your leg in it for half an hour, and definitely that is going to help you. Increase the magnesium in your body. The best way to increase the magnesium in the body is Epsom salt. So dip your leg in a cup of Epsom salt in half a bucket of water. That will help. Check your uric acid. High uric acid also gives heel pain.
There's somebody who's requested for some exercises for the trigger finger.
Crumbling of newspaper. Crumbling of newspaper, what we showed at the start. She was showing it will help the trigger finger, and stretches, both the exercise, the stretching on the wall and crumbling of newspaper will help.
There's Colonel Duggal, who's 78. He says, my L4 and L5 presses the nerve, leading to acute pain. Could you suggest
twice a day, the first exercise, lying on your stomach, putting a pillow under your upper chest, lying down in that position half an hour morning and evening, 100% it will help him.
Thank you. And Meenu Jain has a question. She says, "Kamar ke dard ke liye kuch bataएं."
First exercise, same. All of you all, we all should do that first pillow exercise. Putting a pillow under. I'm doing it for 22 years. No neck pain, no back pain.
Wow. And is meniscus tear repairable in 65 plus?
Meniscus doesn't have a blood supply. It should be removed. It's better. Especially in young age, if you remove it, you will avoid osteoarthritis. If you linger on with it, you may get an early osteoarthritis.
Right. Thank you very, very much, Dr. Irani, for this amazing session that we've had. And I think the combination of you and your experience in dealing with things and Dr. Nishi Kapadia's practical sessions has been amazing. Thank you once again very much for being here, for being part of this Health Live at Seniors Today forum. And thank you to all our viewers here. We'll be back again next Saturday at 5 p.m. for another session of Health Live at Seniors Today. As you are all aware, Seniors Today has just completed 3 years, and we are, we've had a third anniversary issue, which is there on the website. It's free of cost, as you are aware. And there's, and Dr. Irani, you would perhaps know him. We have on the cover of this issue, Anil Kapoor, who is at 66, fighting fit, and amazing emphasis on fitness and just the right time you are here. So
with us, he was with us as a patient for his knee injury.
And you obviously, he's still doing his.
I had done the diagnosis. Only looking clinically, I told him he has a meniscus tear, which he didn't believe. They were shooting in Hyderabad. He did an MRI, and from the MRI, he called me. Yes, how did you know? Even the doctor was asking me, how did you know? I said, on examination, I can at least be 90% right when a person has a meniscus injury.
Great. Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you, Dr. Irani, and thank you, Dr. Kapadia, and to everybody at Nanavati Max for having facilitated this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
God bless everybody. Good health.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.